ชื่องาน MecareX นะ
Ramit, Pitra, we are live now.
Okay. Good morning and welcome to the opening ceremony of MecareX Turkey 2022. I would like to give a warm welcome to Ms. Sudhi Chaudhary, the Honorable Consul General Designate of India to Istanbul, Turkey, who will be joining us shortly. Mr. Nikom Datmaligapon, the Group President of WorldX GEC from Thailand. Mr. Ahmed Sujakle, co-founder of Innova Expo Turkey. Mr. Rohit Sharma, the Director and Head of Europe, CIS and Turkey of the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. And Mr. Rajesh Bhagat, the Managing Director of WorldX India. We welcome you all to the opening ceremony of MecareX Turkey 2022. I will now request Mr. Nikom, the Group President of WorldX GEC Thailand and organizer of this show, to give the welcome address. Over to you, Mr. Nikom.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to MecareX Turkey International Virtual Expo and Business Matching 2022. I take this opportunity to welcome Ms. Sudhi Chaudhary, Honorable Consul General Designate of India in Istanbul, Turkey, for gracing our opening ceremony. I also welcome Mr. Rohit Sharma, Director and Head, Europe, CIS, Turkey, of FICCI, and Mr. Ahmed Sujakle, co-founder, Innova Expo, Turkey. I especially welcome our supporting partner, namely the Federation of India Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Association of Diagnostic Manufacturers of India, the India Analytical Scientific Medical Lab Instrument Manufacturers Association, the Surgical Manufacturers and Trader Association, and the Sri Lanka Chamber of Medical Device Industry. The world is now holding exhibition on digital platform like B2B.Asia. Our platform is successful because we offer face-to-face meeting and business matching similar to physical shows. Our aim is connect appropriate visitor and seller together and help everybody to grow their business by finding the right business partners. The South and Southeast Asia are well known as exporters for medical equipment and wellness products. I am confident that this digital trade fair will create stronger business ties between South and Southeast Asia and Turkey. I take this opportunity to thank all the people and organizations who have supported this special event and have participated here. Thank you very much for your participation. I wish all visitors and exhibitors great success at this fair. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nikom, for that warm welcome. I now invite Mr. Ahmed Sujakle, the co-founder of Innova Expo Turkey and WorldX India's B2B partner in Turkey, to give the opening address. Over to you, Mr. Sujakle.
Hello, everybody. Ms. Sudhi Chaudhary, Consul General of India to Istanbul, Mr. Nikom, Group President of WorldX, and Mr. Rohit Sharma from FICCI, and Mr. Rajesh Bhagat, Managing Director of WorldX India. I welcome you and all the participants and guests of the MecareX Turkey. India and Turkey have deep historical connections dating back over 600 years. In the current times, both countries have transformed into fast-growing economies, which despite the pandemic have projected strong growth for 2022. The last few years have exposed the need to upgrade and develop the medical and healthcare sectors. MecareX Turkey is the perfect way forward in this regard, as it allows the Turkish healthcare sectors to access global suppliers on a single platform from the safety of their homes. Since 2020, a number of successful medical and healthcare virtual exhibitions have been organized, and we congratulate Worldex GEC from Thailand and Worldex India for organizing and managing this trade show. We also commend the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry for bringing the India Pavilion at this crucial time, where heavy dependability is required to mitigate the challenging issues faced by the health sector. The need of the hour for Turkish companies is to also identify quality suppliers from India, which has a fast-growing and globally renowned medical, healthcare, and wellness products industry. With a population of almost 85 million, Turkey is a growing market for the medical technologies and healthcare services, and is a major importer of medical technologies, almost 80% of which are medical devices valued approximately $2.1 billion. Turkey, fast-growing healthcare industry, and many public and private hospitals will continue to seek state-of-the-art and innovative medical equipment and solutions. With the growing demand for quality healthcare in Turkey, this virtual meetings platform would assist in establishing business tie-ups between international exhibitors and business visitors from Turkey. This is an excellent opportunity for Turkish medical and healthcare professionals, importers, manufacturers, retail chains, and others to access a large bank of globally renowned companies and source quality healthcare and medical products for healthcare providers in Turkey. I am certain that MecareX Turkey platform will strongly encourage business expansion and growth in concrete manner. And I wish all the exhibitors, visitors, and organizers great success for this expo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sujakle, for that insightful address. I now invite Mr. Rohit Sharma, the Director and Head of Europe, CIS, and Turkey of the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, to give his address. Over to you, Mr. Sharma.
Thank you, Mr. Mitra. Venerable speakers, dear partners, on behalf of Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, thank you so much for inviting us for today's inaugural session of the Expo, and it is a great initiative. We were just discussing it a while back that how important Turkey is. FICCI as an institutional partner, we have DEEC, we have TOP in Turkey, and across the different regions, you go, wherever you go, you'll find something happening for Indian companies. So there has been a major push from FICCI per se for reaching out different segments of Turkish economy. And there was a time that we almost took 20 delegations across sectors, across, we used to subdivide it and just send it across because we didn't want to, waste a single moment of their presence in the country. And it was very, very substantive, very important, because we talk about healthcare services is very important, critical for both Turkish, people per se, but at the same time, what India can offer and what Turkish healthcare sector can offer in terms of the collaborations and the possibilities which are emerging, especially when we talk about telemedicine, other, medical equipments. This is the time that we really need to just give it a push. And today's initiative has come as a boon for us. It's going to be a stepping stone for our industries, our companies. There are more than 30 manufacturing suppliers who are going to showcase made in India quality innovative products for medical, healthcare, wellness sectors during this virtual expo. At the same time, we do look forward to a situation that is going to be physical, because the situation is getting a bit normal in terms of the pandemic. Yes, the security situation is a bit complex right now, but we are sure that things will settle down, and that tomorrow, where we see a greater harmonized collaboration between Indian industries and Indian companies and the Turkish companies, what we saw during our past experience while doing business and engaging with Turkey is that Turkey is an ideal destination for Indian companies to go deep into EU markets also, because Turkey has a customs union with the EU, and that is a launchpad because Turkey also has a lot of those free economic zones. One was, very close to the earlier international airport. So a lot of Indian companies have made those places as their operational basis for manufacturing, and then eventually sending not only to, selling it to the Turkish market, but also to the European market. That is a key incentive for Indian companies to go, and do a lot of investments in Turkey across sectors, but at the same time look beyond and go beyond the Turkish borders. And Turkey, with this, business architecture, they are very conducive. There have been issues, but issues are everywhere, and the Indian companies have learned to, somehow harmonize, operationalize their efforts to an extent that they derive the optimum benefits from their presence and their manufacturing and their investments in the country. So this is a good, beginning point for Indian companies right now. And Turkey per se has always been and will always be a very important market, literally the bridge between Europe and Asia. And we see that possibilities and those, specific, like, if you're talking about laboratory equipments and supplies, hospital equipments, furniture, dental equipments, face masks, PPE, surgical gowns, hospital curtains, the list is endless. It's just a tip of the iceberg. The only thing is that we really have to re-energize and refresh our engagements. And today is a very good beginning that we're looking at. And tomorrow is going to be much better in terms of our physical engagements. As has been mentioned that, there's a Turkish saying, I'll repeat myself, that a coffee together can last a lifetime. So there are a lot of friends that we, cherish in Turkey, and we have been working, including the Istanbul Chamber of Commerce is very important because they do a lot of the expos. We work very closely with them also. The institutional network that FICCI enjoys in Turkey, and likewise, we extend a very facilitative institutional platform for Turkish companies, Turkish agencies to, optimally utilize FICCI, FICCI being the association of associations in the country. We are the federation. And we are deeply clued in. Almost there are 275,000 companies who are direct indirect members of FICCI in India, and we have overseas offices also. So that's the kind of reach we have, and that is what we really want our Turkish counterparts to benefit from. And rest assured, we are there. Our partners, our connects are in place. So we wish this initiative all the very best. And Teshikula for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharma. That was really a great macro view for the industry over there. Surprisingly, we already have a question, if you don't mind, for you. One of the persons wants to know how FICCI can help out Indian companies who want to enter the Turkish market, specifically in this line, in this field.
They can send us the specific queries what they have. We reach out to our institutional partners there, and including our embassy. We work very closely with the CG as well as our embassy in Ankara. So, but anything specific, we go beyond, and those queries, that information that they're seeking. So that's an ongoing process that we have been supporting Indian companies there, and in terms of the architecture, the policy framework, what are the entities, what are the facilitative policies which have been rolled out by the Turkish policymakers. So that's an ongoing process. They're most welcome. rohit.sharma@ficci.com. They can send a mailer on that, and we'll be very happy. Whatever best we can do, we'll do it on our part. We'll take care of it.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma, for that. So we have pretty much have a whole set here in terms of exhibitors who are willing to enter the Turkish market and across the medical sectors as well. Everything from medical devices to wellness and health products. We also have them coming from Thailand and other countries which are well known. Thailand, as you know, is very well known for exports of medical devices and products and healthcare products, of course. So I think this show would be really helpful. And now I believe we'll just be waiting for the CG, the Consulate General, to come in. and we'll be taking it forward. And yes, so according to the current situation, Turkey is already importing quite a lot of Indian products from India and Thailand. Is there anything specific which Indian industry should focus on? Because Turkey is also a very well-known medical tourism center in that region. Mr. Sharma, do you think, or Mr. Ahmed, I think, would be able to answer this? Would Turkey be able to take anything from India for the medical tourism development of that sector?
Honestly, it might be because we are not good at manufacturing medical devices, etc. We are really almost 90, 80% dependent on import for these devices. But for the hospital side, we have really good doctors, especially in dental, aesthetic, and surgery. That's why we are having, I'm not sure, but probably around 50 countries, we are having patients. So in this case, India might, in this case, there might be a hospital.
Hold on a second. I have a connection problem, I guess. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, you're audible.
Hey, you're audible.
So I just finished. Honestly, there's a potential, but until now, we couldn't use it. But from now on, why not?
Fair enough. Yes, there's definitely a lot of potential for both the countries, not just in terms of because of the need of the hour, the population requirement, as well as the different products that we can get to the market. That the potential is definitely there, and I think down the road, if we have a very specific desk or a place where Indian industry, Southeast Asian industry can directly, uh, not just apply, but refer to for further progress and for further help. That would really take the industry forward. I think at least for India, Mr. Sharma and Fiki are already taking it forward for a number of industries. Southeast Asia is something that we would really like to take ahead and see if there's something which we can cater specifically for Southeast Asia as well. And in this case, Mr. Nikom, I'm sure, would be able to also help us out to get manufacturers, exporters from Southeast Asia, from Thailand and other countries to come onto the platform for Turkey, as well as you mentioned earlier, Turkey is a stepping stone into Europe and the EU. So taking it forward from there, it would be a very good gateway. Turkey would be the gateway and portal, so to speak, to enter into the European market. So at this current stage, we are now awaiting in just a couple of minutes. Ms. Sudhi Chaudhary, who is the Consul General, will be joining us, and we will be honored to listen to her address. And after that, we will have Mr. Bhagat. So we will be able to take it forward.
So in the meantime, I think we can informally discuss a lot of issues. Mr. Sharma, first of all,
FICCI has really been in the forefront of many of our virtual activities, and I must thank FICCI for taking such initiatives, because frankly, while the world has gone into lockdown mode, the virtual mode has opened up many doors. So they say, no, when one door closes, another door opens. So it's like that. So this is virtual means is something which I think has helped, at least helped people to connect with each other. I'm not sure how much of it must have translated into business, but business is something which happens over time. But first, most important part is to build up connections, and it is these connections that ultimately lead to business, or at least opens up doors for increased trade. And I think over this period, this virtual activities, and like this, we could never have imagined that we are doing an opening ceremony this way a few years back. So it is very important that while I believe that virtual, like how Mr. Sharma was saying, that hopefully we'll get back into the physical world very soon, and I think 2022 has already signaled that. Many countries have opened up. Many countries have sort of started exhibitions and trade shows, and I think more and more countries are now removing restrictions of travel, removing restrictions of quarantine. Even I think India now, we are not required to do any RT-PCR tests at the airport, so people are free to come. I think this is the right way to go forward. And I think slowly, hopefully the pandemic should become an endemic, and we should be able to accept it as a way of our day-to-day life, as how we get a common flu, or a common cold. So I think this is just the beginning of that, what we are seeing in 2022. And while I do believe that though the physical world will start, this virtual world is also going to remain. So we are going to have a mix of both now, the physical and the virtual. And who knows, after the metaverse, we may go into another dimension of discussions and meetings. So with the metaverse, we are awaiting the new challenges of the metaverse. So probably we will all be attending multiple events through our avatars and things like that. So it's going to be a whole new world which is awaiting us, and with new world, new challenges and new opportunities. So hopefully we have been doing a lot of activities like this in various sectors. I mean, Nicom has been also pioneering with the Thai companies, and I think OSMAP in Thailand, then SMI in Thailand. We have been working closely to do business matching in various sectors, in the food sector, medical sector, and I think we have been able to achieve through our business B2B platform. I think we have achieved a very high success rate of almost 87% of connecting people from different parts of the world. So I think this is definitely something which is very, very important, because it's not only doing a virtual event, but it is also important to connect with the right people. So whenever any such activities take place, it is important that we do business matching rather than just create a virtual event. And that is something which I think Ahmed is very closely working on, to ensure that all the companies who are participating at this event will be, match made with the right buyers from Turkey. And I think he's done a very good job. So thank you, Ahmed, for all the coordination and connection with the right buyers. And while we are awaiting the CG's office, any update we have?
Actually, there is rain in Istanbul.
Yes.
Caused the delay, and she's actually
Why traffic jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the next probably 2-3 minutes she should be there.
Sure. No, we can wait. No problem.
If you see a single drop in Istanbul,
It is because
you can ensure that there will be a traffic jam.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
Unfortunately.
Mr. Sharma?
I've just heard from her office. She would be there in 2 months.
Okay.
Mr. Bhagat, I'm so sorry for this because, since I take care of Europe and CIS,
Right.
I'm back to back, talking with a lot of that action which is happening for, Indian evacuees from Central Europe right now.
Oh,
So
yes.
I'm coordinating with the government. I'm so sorry for this right now. There are a lot of
No.
this communication which is happening. So I'm forced to just switch off my camera and my mic.
You are doing a very important task at the moment.
Yes, there are a lot of those agencies, a lot of those Indians are being evacuated right now. So we are
Right.
coordinating with Department of Commerce for this. So our
Right.
counterparts in all these countries, they are giving us, real-time feedback and updates what is happening right now, which
Right.
flight is moving from which airport. So all
Right.
this thing is simultaneously happening. So that's why I'm just, keeping a bit mum on this. I'm so sorry for this
No, not
multitasking I'm forced to do.
correct.
So
You are looking after a big, very big region,
it is
so
going to get bigger also now because SEO and all this I'm going to take care of. But
Oh,
yes, yes, it's quite a bit of geographic ambit that we
right.
all are taking care of. So anything you wanted my inputs on what, Mr. Bhagat? I'm so sorry for this.
No. I was just talking about the virtual and the physical world,
Yes.
like what you
I think
mentioned.
it is going to be hybrid. It is much better, but still a lot of, we see that after 2 years of virtual engagements, a lot of, I just mentioned about the Turkish saying, so you really need to have a physical coffee to
Yeah.
cement your, your relations.
Relations,
So
yes.
the virtual coffee won't work.
Correct.
So yes, it is all right that, somebody's sitting in their rooms and somebody's sitting there in the expo area. Then they
Right.
can still share some coffee, but yes, it has to be physical.
Correct.
So and we are quite optimistic that coming months we will this kind of a situation will emerge, that
Right.
we will be able to sit together and just discuss business face to face. So
Right.
that is, and those who cannot, they can join. We have gone hybrid now, so a lot of that engagements are simultaneously happening, the virtual part and the physical part both.
Yes.
So the virtual part eventually will decrease because a lot of international travelers and business people, they are desperate now to just travel.
Yes.
So they'll just let go of their laptops and they'll just fly out
Correct.
once the situation is under control.
In fact, I believe I believe that there was this Istanbul Yarn Fair just which had happened last week, and I believe
Yes.
that there was there was so much of hunger for the fair. So there were so many buyers. The buyer turnout was tremendous, and all the exhibitors are very, very happy over there. So
Yes,
I
there was a small Indian pavilion in Yarn
yes,
Fair.
yes. There was, I think, almost 25 or 30 companies from India were participating.
But please join, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is coming?
Don't let anybody come out.
I think Madam has joined.
Yes, she's logged in. Only thing I think maybe backend setup. That's this message.
Yes. Good afternoon, ma'am. Namaste.
Namaste, good morning, good afternoon, and apologies for a delay in joining. First, we were encountered with some, sleet, snow, and rain, and then we were facing some technical difficulties. So, apologies to everybody who has been waiting for me to join. And good morning from Istanbul. So I have I have to join another meeting shortly. So if it is okay with all the participants and the organizers, I could perhaps deliver my remarks now.
Yes, please, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Okay. So again, good morning to everybody here in Istanbul, and good afternoon to all our friends from back home in India. It is my honor to be part of the MecareX Turkey 2022, the exceptional virtual expo and the B2B platform connecting leaders from medical, healthcare, and wellness sectors. My gratitude to the organizers, WorldX India and WorldX GEC Thailand, for inviting me to virtually visit the India Pavilion of FICCI, which has been put up with the support from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry of India. I am very happy to see that the event is supported by a large number of well-established associations from the medical field. And my greetings to all the stakeholders from India and Turkey who have joined us today. Of course, as we know that India and Turkey have a lot in common. We have civilizational and cultural connection, our art, architecture, language have large scale overlapping.
Right.
And India and Turkey are also preferred tourist destinations for people from both countries. And there is a growing interest in learning about each other. But there is still a lot that can be learned and a lot can be explored about each other. Of course, economic and commercial cooperation constitutes a very important dimension of the India-Turkey bilateral relationship. Trade figures between the countries in the 8 months of last year, from April to November 2021, were about US dollar 6.44 billion. And the pre-pandemic figures, as per our estimates, have been about 8.6 billion. Of course, these figures are not discouraging, but considering the amount of potential that exists, we really feel that how much more can be exist. There's this large field of potential that exists, which is unexplored. Of course, India is the fastest growing major economy in the world, and it is expected to grow at 9.2% this year. On the other hand, Turkey's economy currently is passing through a very critical phase, but both these economies have their own strengths and weaknesses. As policymakers and business people, we need to focus on cooperation where both the economies benefit from each other. For example, India and Turkey are both very strategically located. While Turkey is a gateway for India, not only to the markets in Europe, but also to Africa, India has its own massive consumer base, and it is very strategically located and offers huge opportunities for Turkish business persons. I'm happy to share that during my stay in Istanbul, I have witnessed a very strong positivity between the business communities. There is considerable and growing interest in Turkey for doing business with India. In connection with the sector that we are discussing today, we know that one of the most radical reforms that were undertaken by Turkey was the introduction of the Universal Health Law in 2008. And since then, healthcare services have been made available very easily and widely available to all citizens in Turkey. And since then, there's also been a very steady expansion in the medical market of Turkey, led by growth drivers, including, of course, improved access to healthcare services and, of course, increased life expectancy. There is accordingly an increasing number of hospitals and healthcare businesses, both public and private, all over the country. The majority of these hospitals are, of course, as one would expect, concentrated in Istanbul, which would be more than 30%. There's also a very clear pattern of strengthening medical tourism, including aesthetic medical tourism in Turkey. And one may ask why. We as far what we can imagine could be because of Turkey's very strategic central location, great connectivity, existing health infrastructure, including a number of certified health institutions, low cost, especially when compared to other places in Europe. And of course, linked to this is the demand for best clinical technology, which opens up the tremendous scope for Indian exporters. And we know that as a result of path-breaking innovations and affordability, India is recognized as the pharmacy of the world. It is the leader in export of affordable, life-saving drugs for, let's say, malaria, HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, hepatitis, antibiotics, vaccines, to just name a very few. With the ongoing research, use of artificial intelligence, and other technological advancements, very skilled manpower in India, India is set to play even a much bigger role in the world pharmacy market. We have seen a glimpse of this with the COVID-19 vaccines recently. We are witnessing a sharp increase in imports from India in the subsectors such as medicaments, medical equipment, appliances, etc. in Turkey. It is important that Indian exporters identify and make use of the new world of opportunities which are available in the Turkish market. The Consulate General of India, on its part, has been regularly engaging with the business community, both in India and in Turkey. The pandemic had put some restrictions on our activities, which have since resumed in the new normal, as we can see today, and with all efforts for realization of Government of India's $400 billion export targets. In fact, we are glad to support excellent participation of Indian business persons in a number of interactions in Istanbul recently, including a B2B meeting that we did with the businesses in Uttar Pradesh in India and with Turkey as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav just a few days back. And we saw participation of 120 interested business persons in this meeting. I'm confident that efforts like MecareX Turkey, with further help in realizing the vast untapped potential between our economies. My best wishes to all the leading manufacturers and suppliers who are showcasing a wide range of Make in India products to Turkish buyers. Your role in promoting mutually beneficial, stronger and deeper commercial relations between India and Turkey is crucial and appreciated. Thank you. Teşekkür ederim. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Ms. Chaudhary. Thank you so much for your insightful address. We are truly honored to have you with us today at the opening ceremony. This is a virtual opening ceremony, and I now invite everybody for a virtual group photograph. So please look directly at the camera for a couple of seconds, and we will have our virtual group photograph taken in 3, 2, 1. Thank you everyone for that. I now invite Mr. Rajesh Bhagat, the Managing Director of WorldX India Exhibition and Promotion Private Limited, to give the vote of thanks and closing remarks. Over to you, Mr. Bhagat.
Thank you, Mitra. And thank you, ma'am, for gracing this occasion and being able to take off time from your hectic schedule. I know you have another meeting to attend, so I'll keep it very brief. But as this pandemic has just brought the healthcare and the wellness industry, so it is, healthcare was always an important subject and an important industry, but it has only got accentuated by this pandemic. And I think there is it has created greater awareness, not only amongst the manufacturers, but I think even among day-to-day people to look after their health and, you know, create a more, have a better care for their own self. So this has opened up a lot of opportunities for the medical industry. But at the same time, because the physical world had almost come to a standstill, and especially from business aspect, it was very difficult to connect people from different countries. I think this virtual world has opened up and given this opportunity. So through this platform B2B, we were able to do a number of activities where we are able to connect manufacturers with potential buyers. And I think this MecareX Turkey is one such activity which has been organized by Nikom from WorldX Thailand. And we have the able support of the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Mr. Rohit Sharma is over here. And Fiki has been almost at the forefront of organizing the India Pavilion and many virtual events. And MecareX, we have almost 30 plus exhibitors from India and other ASEAN countries. And Mr. Ahmed, who is over here, he has been able to connect us with the right type of buyers and from Turkey to help all these exhibitors and the manufacturers to at least have minimum 3 to 5 business matching meetings, so that they are able to, you know, meet with the potential buyers through this virtual platform. And as Mr. Sharma was mentioning, that hopefully in this 2022 we'll go back to the physical exhibitions. But I truly believe that this virtual activities will also continue to remain. So there will be hybrid events also happening along with physical events also. And sometimes it may be possible that people are not able to attend physical activities because of paucity of time, but through these virtual events, you can, you know, test out different markets and go to different markets, even without going there physically. So this has opened up a new avenue, I would say, not only due to the pandemic, but I would say that this is going to be also the future way of doing business. So with these few words, I would again like to thank Madam Sudhi Chowdhury, the Honorable Consul General Designate of India in Istanbul, Turkey, for taking time out of her schedule and gracing this opening ceremony. And I would also like to thank the organizer of the show, Mr. Nikom Malikopon, Group President of WorldX GC Company, and Ahmed, co-founder of Innova Expo Turkey. I would also like to thank chambers and associations whose support made this show possible, namely the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Rohit Sharma, very supportive, thank you very much, and the Association of Diagnostic Manufacturers of India, the Indian Analytical Scientific Medical Lab Instruments Manufacturers Association, the Surgical Manufacturers and Traders Association, and the Sri Lanka Chamber of Medical Devices Industry. Thank you all for your support for making this show successful. And we will continue to work towards, you know, connecting people through this virtual platform till, of course, the physical world allows us to greater mobility to connect. And I think the virtual in the physical world has opened up. Many countries have removed quarantine restrictions. Even India has done that. So we welcome a lot of Turkish companies to come to India and attend and meet all the companies whom we are possibly meeting virtually. Then it's now possible to come to India and meet them physically in the coming days. So with these few words, thank you all once again. And I wish all the exhibitors and the buyers successful meetings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mr. Bhagat. All the best to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Teşekkürler.
Okay.
So I think with this, we close the opening ceremony and wish everybody all the best.
All the best to you, Mr. Bhagat. Best of luck. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Best good luck, everybody. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.